presents Keur Jula Challenge Business Plan Competition.
My name is Mami Yasinjai. I am originally from LRR, Keur West District, in a village called Kulikunda. My business is about horticulture production. I produce vegetables. And the name of my business is Healthy Harvest Farm Enterprises. This farm has been established since 2021. But due to lack of support, it hasn't go. It is still premature. Yeah. And it got its official registration in this year, 2022. Yeah. When it comes to financial aspect about my business is very premature, like I said. I haven't got support before. So my estimated proposal for me to start my business, because we all know vegetable production cannot go without water. So my estimated proposal that I have in mind is $500,000. Within $500,000, I decided to use $250,000 for borehole aspect, including all its necessary materials, pipes, pumps, reservoir of water. At borehole aspect, I decided to make it $250,000. So the other one, the $250,000, I decided to use $100,000 to bucket the seeds, because we know viable seeds are very expensive, and for one to start a very good business, you need to have a very good viable seed, because seeds is a basic unit of life. All right. Then from that, it left $150,000. With that $150,000, I decided to use the $50,000 for purchase of the farm tools. All right. Then the other $100,000, I decided to use the $50,000 to for paying my employees with little amount, because it is a startup. And the remaining $50,000, I decided to keep it for unexpected things that may come into business, because when you are making a budget, you don't make exactly what it is. So it is also very important to save a little amount of money in case you later remain other things that you can use that other $50,000 to use that. So that remaining $50,000 will be as my expected budget that I'll be expecting in the long run. And in that, within a period of 2 years, I intended to have a profit of $2 million. If all the expected things goes well, I expect to have $2 million within a duration of 2 years.
Now, so you gave us a demarcation of what you want to spend the $500,000.
Yes.
Now, if you are given the $150,000, what are you going to spend it on? For you to be able to start something, you are given the $500,000.
Yes.
Sorry, the $150,000.
Yes.
What are you going to spend it on for you to be able to start?
Yes, something? I will just reduce my land size, because my land size is 1 hectare.
Yeah.
So I know that $150,000 is just very small for that. But thank God, it cannot be used for that. So what I will do is I will just split my land size. Let me just have 25 by 50, because it's just a startup. Yes, I will just reduce the land size and reduce the expected budget that I have made. I reduce everything down until everything is settled. Then as I'm going on, I can have some ideas in me and some cars in me.
I would like to know how much you spent initially when you were starting the business. What was your startup capital?
Yeah, when I was starting a business, like I told you, I didn't have support from anywhere. I just borrow an amount of $25,000, just an amount of $25,000, because I know it is going to be very difficult for one to have a business without fencing, because we know that when it comes to vegetable production, one of the major important key factor that you should have is fencing. So I just said, let me just use this $25,000. Let me start with fencing.
Yeah,
so
that's
today,
fine.
yes, as I'm doing my production, the small savings that I'm making today, Alhamdulillah, I am able to fence my 1 hectare of land.
Yeah.
With a wire.
Fine. You started with $25,000.
Yes.
And how long ago was this?
How?
How long? When did you start the business?
2019.
2019.
Yes.
Now, from 2019 to date, how much have you made in revenue?
After my production, though I'm having a market for the production, but due to capacity. I'm not having a lot of raw materials due to lack of support and other stuffs. So I'm managing with the little I'm having, and I am able to save at least $10,000 yearly.
You're able to
Save $10,000 yearly.
in the year?
Yes, because at that farm, it's for vegetable production, but because of due to lack of water.
It's all right. I
Yes,
just want
I
to know
use
how much you.
seasonal base. I maybe during rainy season because we have a free rainfall. So I
after
just
all expenses, you make $10,000 in savings, right?
Yes.
Okay, and now you've saved $20,000 in the 2 years period.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So have you already repaid that 25,000 you borrowed?
Where I have already.
Repaid the 25,000 you borrowed?
Yes. I already paid that back. I already paid that. Now I'm with that amount. I already paid that one back.
My name is Foreso. I'm the founder of Polo Electrical and Solar Installation. My business, I do it at the rural communities, whereby it's a problem to have access to electricity. I help these rural communities to have access to electricity by providing solar installation, and they pay per month. After doing that, what I used to do normally, I used to go to the village alcalos and then talk with them. This is what I want to do in your village. So after appreciations, I will come and budget my materials that I need to install in that village. So if I gather all those things, I percentage it. Like the percentage, if the village is like 20 compounds or 10 compounds, that is, I need like 10 solar panels, and it is to like costing the material that I will need there. It may cost me like 15 to 20,000. So with that, I can able to balance my old material and the cost that I am going to invest in that place. So after doing that, that's the way I do it, and then after that, I will pay my people who are working with me. So the percentage that I normally get after doing all the installation is like I got 200,000. Like 2 villages, if I install 2 communities, I got 200,000, and then pay my staffs, and then remove the cost of the materials, and then the cost of the job that I did. So this is how I do my business.
How much do you normally make in a year, or how much are you expecting to make in a year time?
Okay, this is a form of a project. Like as I said, if I go to the village itself, the community itself, I ask them how many solars they need. If they tell me the actual amount they need, that's what I'm going to provide for them. After providing, like if they need like 10 solars or 20 solars, that's what I'm going to plant. I get back to my own shop. Okay, I come back to my own shop and then know the amount of solar that I have there. If they are not enough, I need to write to my business partner, and then I tell him I need this amount of solar. Then he will provide it for me. After providing, then that is the time I do all my budget, and then send the report to the people, those who need it. And if they can't able to afford it, that I go and install it. After installing, I get my percentage.
For the past 12 months,
yeah.
How many villages did you provide the service to?
Okay, I provide 2 villages. 2 villages.
How much did you generate from each of those villages?
Each village generated 200,000. The other village I generated 75,000, because it depends on the number of the compound that's I need there.
So that's 275,000.
Yeah.
So how much was your profit?
My profit was like 300,000. Yeah, after paying my staffs. Yeah.
You said you generated 275,000 from 2 villages.
Yes.
How much did you from the cost of the solar panels and everything that you put there, and then the salary of your staffs? When you remove everything, how much did you have left?
Okay, like the cost of the solar panel itself.
Yes.
And then the amount that I paid for my staff.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As I said, the solar is depend the size that they need.
So you don't get me right now.
Okay.
Okay, the first village, let's say you spend you get 200,000.
Okay. Yeah.
From installing that solar for them.
Yeah.
So now that 200,000 was your revenue.
Yes.
But before getting that 200,000, how much did you spend?
Okay, how much did I spend?
Yes.
I spent 50,000.
50,000.
Yes.
So when you minus that 50,000 from the 200,000,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's your, let's say, gross profit.
Yeah.
After that, it's left with 150.
Yes, 150.
So in that 150, is it where you pay your staffs?
Yeah, that one where I paid my staff.
So when you paid your staff, how much was left?
I was left with 100,000.
100,000.
Yes.
So it means that 100,000 was your profit.
Yeah, that was my profit.
So the second village, how much was the profit?
Yeah, it was 25,000 because I spent. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this business for?
I started it since 2019.
2017,
yeah, that was
2017 to date. And how many people do you have working for you?
I have 6.
You have 6 people working
Yes.
for you currently, and they're all on fixed salaries.
Yes.
You're paying them salaries, right?
Yes.
Okay, I want to establish that. Thank you.
So
Okay.
yes. So how much now? How much are you looking for? How much investment are you looking for?
How much am I looking for?
Yes.
For right now.
Yes.
Like I'm looking for 500,000 to add more materials so that I can able to cover all
500
those communities. Yeah.
500,000.
Yes.
But you know this challenge is giving nothing more than 150,000.
450,000. But
So where are you going to get the other 350,000?
no, that one I'll work on it because like
We are interested to know, like, when you need an investment of 500,000,
yeah.
right? And I can only give you 150,000. I will not want that 150,000 to waste. You will tell me, if I give you this 150,000, what will you do to get the other 350,000?
Okay, as I am working right now, or in the previous years, no, I have all my profits that I kept. Yeah, I save
So
it.
that means the 350 will be your own contribution, the business's
Yes.
contribution.
Yes, the business will contribute that, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, one last question before you go. How many communities are you looking at? Are you targeting?
Oh,
How many other communities are you targeting that
Right-
need your services?
Okay, right now I'm targeting my own district, that is Kiang is. My own district, that is Kiang is LRR Region 4. Now I am targeting Kiang Central and then Kiang West. Yeah, and then the Kabada at large, in around the Casamas in the border, because all these people, they need my service.
My name is Lamin Kinte, the founder and the manager of Kindergula Enterprise, located in Kerewan. Kerewan is in North Bank region, 62 kilometers away from the capital city, with an approximated population of 5,000 inhabitants. The town is situated with 8 satellite villages. Its surrounded communities has a strong and growing vegetable growers population, which is greatly strengthening pressure on the demand for good quality vegetable seeds and garden materials. Most of these vegetable growers are women, and they travel either to the capital city or to the neighboring community in Senegal to acquire their inputs, like seeds and equipment for their production. And the rest who cannot afford this stayed without efforts. Kindergula Enterprise provided accessibility of quality and affordable garden inputs to this growing number of women venturing into vegetable production. To release the burden on these low-income farmers, the business provided them with seeds and other inputs in credit, which they normally pay after harvesting their products. While this is well rooted into our business model, some customers also buy in bulk through their networks and associations to increase their productivity. The business also provided training for the first-time customers on how to use different varieties and at what time is suitable for production of such varieties. This service makes our business unique and position us well in the heart of our customers. We make profit by adding 20% of each singular product sold on average. We sell to 500 customers per year, and this projected to increase based on the demand for increasement in the production capacity by the women gardeners. Our addressable market value is 600,000 yearly. We anticipate in serving 150,000 people yearly, 1,500 people yearly. The opportunity of the business is its uniqueness in the community, good customers relationship. Inflation is our threat, whilst inadequate fund is our weakness. There is a limited number of wholesale suppliers available. We also have 2 years experience in dealing with garden inputs and difficult in accessing to microfinancial institutions. As the demand for input increased, the business intended to scale up and increase 2 retail outlets in 2 different locations, increase staff's capacity, and provided means of transportation for timely delivery of our inputs. The business has been in existence for 2 years, testing the market with a positive trajectory. It has also acquired loyal customers and built strong alliances with local women groups in the community. Based on its gains in the past year, the business intended to scale up and increase its retail, and the plan is to motivate by the increasement in the demand for such products.
Kindergula, I want to know, please remind me your current annual revenue.
Like,
how much are you getting
per year?
Yes.
Per year.
At the
600,000.
At the moment.
Yearly.
So you talked about expansion.
Yeah.
How do you plan to expand?
Yeah, I recently, I'm working on a project recently, because what I normally do at the beginning was to sell. I normally sell to customers. But now, recently, I have invested recently a project that I've invested 600,000. It's like I'm giving seeds to garden women, especially women couples. I'm giving them seeds in bulk. Some of the, for onion. One tin of onion right now, you will sell it at $2,500. But if you are giving it to loan to these garden women, you give it to them at $3,000 as loan. So some garden women couples, you give them cartons. There are 30 tins in one carton. So you give them carton, 2 cartons, some 3 cartons, some 4 cartons. So I've given out almost 10 cartons this year. I started last year, but I'm giving out 10 cartons this year. So if you are giving out cartons, you buy cartons at $58,000 going to $60,000, but you can say all the expenditure goes up to $60,000. So I have given out 10 cartons, almost $600,000 has been spent. So at the end of the day, at the end of 4 months, after harvesting their products and everything, at the end of 4 months, I'm going to get at least every carton, I'm going to get $90,000. So $30,000 will be added to it. So I've started this project last year. So it succeeded. So this year I'm working on it. So I wanted to expand by this next year so that I can go to around this place, around Kiang, where I have a lot of customers right now. Most customers are in need of this project, but because I'm not financially strong, I was not able to get all these things.
I need you to tell me the amount that you need.
I need almost 1 million next year. Right? Almost 1 million next year.
So do you have a plan to get an extra 850,000 if you win this 150,000?
I have a plan to get it because I already have a land in Combo that I wanted to do as a collateral, and I also have with this 900,000 that I'm going to generate right now, plus the materials that I have in hand. I will add that. And take a loan.
So if you happen to win the Kindergula challenge, the bigger price, 150,000, what will it do for you?
It's going to add a lot of value into my project.
Like what?
Like the 150,000, you can also have almost 3 cartons. Yeah, with the addition of maybe 20,000, it can have 3 cartons. So after harvesting, after giving them 4 months, so you have almost $180,000.
Want to know what was your initial startup capital?
My initial startup capital was $20,000, to be honest.
$20,000. And now your business is worth?
My business was almost worth almost $600,000 to $700,000.
$100,000. And this is over how many years?
I have registered illegally from 2018.
From 2018 to date?
Yes.
We're talking about 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
Okay, thank you.
First of all, the name of my business is Ahmad, I deals in internet graphic designing and then printing services. My business is located in Soma. I am more focused on the graphic designing and then, giving internet to people around me. I'm about to start a project called Connect Soma. In Soma, there are places that we don't have, good, internet coverage, right? So I will use the skills and the experience that I have to, extend my, internet coverages to those areas. How do I do that is to have, substations, within the town. And the other thing is, I'm planning to connect some homes and workplaces, you understand? As a starter, I'm planning to have 10 homes and then 10 places to connect. So the homes, I'm planning to charge like $1,000 per house, And then for the workplaces, I'm planning to charge like, 1,005 like every month. How I will do this is to buy, outdoor, I will buy outdoor devices and have them, at the shop. And then from there, whosoever is, interested to connect on my network, there's a specific, amount that you have to deposit, so that I can give you the devices. If you deposit that, a specific amount, if you're living the services now, we will go to your house and then check if all the devices that we gave you are in order. Then we will give you about the amount of money that you deposited in the first place, so that we will use that device as to connect orders, so that we will not be like buying devices like every time. Like some people, they used to give out devices free, but I'm not going to do that as a starter, because I'm not that strong. Even if I'm strong, this is business. I don't have it for free. I buy it. So obviously, if I am giving it to you, I will not sell it to you, because maybe after the service you may not need that device. So that's it. At the side of graphic designing, we are facing another very big problem over there. We don't print in banners, and they don't have place to do some simple graphic designing. We don't have it in Soma. So Ahmad is going to give you, Ahmad is going to give them, a standard graphic designer that will be doing, Photoshop and video editing. I will now proceed on the financial, aspect of it, like the sales that I made from the internet services. The sales, the services are divided into sectors. I have monthly, subscription. I have daily, people who browse by day, and I also have people that browse per hour, So the monthly, sometimes I score, 2005 as a minimum this thing. And the daily, that one, I can score, up to $5,000, based on how people come. And hourly, sometimes, I can score up to, $7,000, yeah. And then the home, and, office subscription that I plan to implement is the home. Like I say, I will charge, $1,000. So, and I am targeting 10. So, 1,000 times 10, if I have the 10, will give me, $10,000 every month. On the side of the, office, I'm also targeting to have 10. If I have that, I will also have there to, $15,000. So rounding it all, including the printing and other small businesses that how I do there, like scanning, printing and typing. I can have sales of $49,400 every month, and then I want to talk about the cost that I spend, like every month. The house is $2,000. The shop, electricity. That is the cash power. That is 1,500. I used to buy, A4 size papers, like different type, like, hard papers, glossy paper, and all that. Sometimes I spend like 1,500, and then salaries, staffs. I'm only having two staff. That is me. And then my assistant who is there. Though I have some two people that I am training, but those ones I don't pay them yet. That's her salary. All together is $16,000. So adding up all the expenses will be like $25,000. So if you take if I subtract $25,000 from $49,400, I will have a net profit of $24,400.
Yeah. So I'll just have one question, maybe a follow-up.
Okay.
So I'm really interested in your Soma Connect, right? You call it Soma Connect.
Yeah.
Nice name.
Connect Soma.
Connect Soma. Okay.
Yeah.
Connect Soma.
Yeah.
So how much are you planning to invest in Connect Soma? Because you said it's a plan.
Yeah.
How much do you need?
It's a plan.
Yes. How much do you need?
I need, I will need, $65,000 to do all these things because I will buy some, outdoor devices, and I will buy, I will buy some cables, and then there are so many things that I will need to do this. Yeah.
Yes, I was going to in fact ask on the cost of the outdoor devices, but then everything inclusive plus the workmanship for this project of yours, how much will it amount to? The Connect Soma, everything.
Soma.
The workmanship, the cables you mentioned, the outdoor devices, everything inclusive. How much will it come up to?
If I am to, include everything, it will hit close to 100,000. Though, I have not, break that one down yet. But it will hit close to $100,000 because I will buy ladders too, you know, and then drills, and then all that to be doing the, house to house or, office installations.
Okay, and just a last question.
All right.
Have you thought of any security for your internet service to avoid hackers or people accessing your internet service? Is there any security measure that you are thinking of?
Yes, I have. As of now, I am using Mac, address filtering, If I don't add you to my network, there's no way that you can have access to it. And also, I can build, a server of my own using, PF Sense. If I have the one at the shop, that will help me do all the, financial recordings, and then everything I need to do for the connect Soma. And then that thing, and the server I will build, it will be such of a credit, I will print out some tickets, I will have stations within the town, If you need here to connect, you will just buy from, any shop that is closer to you. Then you can, enter it there, If it is 2 hours, you only have 2 hours, then, it will take you down. If it is monthly, it will also be just, like, if it is 30 days, we will set it that way, it will take you down. Yeah.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
My name is Ahmad Jula. I'm doing poultry. I want to raise broilers to remedy the insufficiency of meat productions within my community and at Gambia at large. So my financial projections are as follow. I want to start with 203,725. That is my business amount, which will include the capital expenditure, the cost of my personal expenses, and also my operational expenses. At the end of the year, my revenue will be 282,500, which will give me a gross profit of $78,775.
What would be your net profit?
Yes, my net profit will be 78,775.
You said that would be the gross profit.
Yes, that is my profit.
So you mean that will be your net profit?
Yes, that is
so
my profit.
So the 203,000 that you talked about, what will you spend it on?
Pardon?
What will you spend it on? What do you want to do with the 203,000 before you get that?
Yes, the 203,000, I want to spend it with the starting of the business, like the number of chicks. Like I want to start with 1,350 birds, broilers. So, and also drinkers, feeders. You have and also heat, that is the bulb. Yes, at the end, if I sell the broilers, I will be able to have 282,700. Yes, if I minus that 282,000 from the 203,000, I will be able to have 78,775 as my profit.
Since you are about to start the business and you are looking for 203,000,
yes,
this challenge can only give you maximum of 150,000.
Yes.
So do you have another source of capital?
Another source of capital?
Yes, that will add up to the 53,000 that will be remaining if you win this challenge.
Yes, of course.
Where will you get it from?
I have good people like my uncle who is living in the United States, because he knows me, I involved in this business. He told me that he will be able to give me money to fulfill the expenses I want.
My name is Abdussalam Diallo. I'm a technician on architecture. I do building designs. Also, I do sketch plans, and I also do consultancy, or let's say supervision. There are so many problems that the community are facing nowadays, and especially on the building aspect. They do build howsoever they like to build. And sometimes also, they will have a land without having an access how to go to their compound or to their land if they're able to build, due to the access road, because they will not leave that dimension that they are told that you should leave. Understand? So also sometimes other people, they will sell you a land. They will tell you, I'm selling you this meter by this meter, but on the ground, if you go there, there's nobody you will meet there. Sometimes it will be more than that, and sometimes it will be less than that. These are the problems that people are facing nowadays. This flooding also is another aspect. Sometimes when the houses catch fire, it easily transferred to the other house due to some things that people are not observing. But Achi Dynasty came with a solution to these problems. One, to draw a full project building plan for you, to guide you from the foundation to the finish, how you should build it, and how you should offset from your boundary to where you build should start. That's number one factor of how Achi Dynasty is solving that problem. Two, Achi Dynasty also is there, if you want to document a plot of land that you have, Achi Dynasty is there to guide you. By hiring him, he will go there and measure the whole site for you and draw a locational plan for you. Or let's say a sketch plan. They are all the same. Sometimes if you also buy a land, if you want to know the number of dimensions you have before paying the money from what the seller told the buyer, you can also hire Achi Dynasty to go and measure everything for you, so that you will know the price that you will pay for that particular land. This is what Achi Dynasty is there for. Also, I do have competitors, yes, of course, but they are only concentrating on building plans, only drawing building plans. But as for Achi Dynasty, I do three, both drawing building plans, sketch plans, and consultancies or supervision. I do all that.
Yes, can you continue to tell us about your financials?
Okay, about the finance, this is the expenses that I will spend. I have fixed cost and variable cost. The fixed cost, I can say there are three. You need a laptop for drawing building plans, sketch plans, and drawing building plans and sketch plans. You need a laptop for that. Also, you need a rivet for those things, because they have softwares to do that. You need to install them in the PC. You need the rivet and the Alante Studio to do that. And let's say if you have $11,000, you can able to have those three. The variable cost, you need a cash power. You need a cash power to do the job. A month, you can pay $1,000 per month. Yearly, that's $12,000. You need the internet to do the job. Per month, we pay $4,500, and if you multiply it by 12, you have $54,000. Rent, $2,000, the rental of the shop. If you multiply it by 12, you have $24,000. A4 papers, we buy it. Packet is $250, and sometimes we need 4 in a month. And that will take us in a year, $12,000 to buy all this. So the expenses that we do yearly is $13,000. So the sales, how we get profit, by drawing the building plans. Here, it depends on the kind of building that you will build. But I'm just taking an example, like if you want to build a house, because we normally charge the dimension of the building, like the length and the breadth of the building that you want to build. That's how we normally charge. And we charge per perimeter $35, but others are doing it 40 or 50. But as for me, I'm doing it just $35. If you have that one, if you draw one building plan as that amount, you'll have $54,460, one plan. And if you're able to have this in four plans in 1 month, you will score 21,840. If you multiply this by 12 yearly, you will have 262,080 only on the building plans. If you come to the sketch plan, each sketch plan is $3,000. That's what I normally draw it. So in a month, I normally have 6 because I'm just starting, minimum 6. So if you multiply 6 by 3,000 in month, you will have $18,000. If you multiply that by 12, you will have $216,000 yearly. And the consultancy is $1,500. If you just want me to go and measure the plot for you before you buy it, just to consult that one for you, to supervise, is $1,500. Sometimes I do have 2 or 1, it depends. But in a month, I do have 2. That's 3,000. And yearly, that's 36,000 if you multiply that by 12. So the total income is 51,480. And if you subtract it, the profit that you will have from what you spend, you will have $401,080 yearly.
Yeah, you got me lost there. You said you get 51,480.
Yes.
Is that for the month?
No, yearly.
50.
If you calculate the 36,000 of the sketch plan yearly, what you have, and the yearly what you have on the sketch plans, and the yearly what you have on the building plans.
Is how much?
Together, 51,480.
I'm lost.
And then
you were sorry. You were saying you annually you make a profit of 500 and something. Now we are.
I mean, annually.
So now,
yeah.
What is your total annual expenditure?
What I
spend in the whole year?
$113,000.
How much do you get?
I get 514,080.
Now, what is the profit?
The profit, if you minus it,
yes,
I have 401,080.
That's what we were asking for.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Mariam Cham, the CEO of Smart Farm. It is high time we find solution to the high importation of agricultural products such as poultry products, farm animals, vegetables, and fruit. There is a rapid increase in the importation of poultry meat. In 2002, 513 tons were imported, and 24,011 in year 2020. United States exported $69.8 million in the Gambia of food and agricultural products. In every problem, there is a solution, and Smart Farm is the solution. Smart Farm consists of poultry, small ruminant, gardening. The poultry consists of layers, broilers, and the small ruminant consists of sheep and goat. The garden basically is vegetables and fruit. Smart Farm will address the following problem. It will minimize the importation of agricultural products such as poultry products, farm animals, and vegetables and fruits. It will create employment for youth and provide them with relevant agricultural skills, leadership and entrepreneurship skills. It will provide excellence and high quality meat, hygienic eggs at a reasonable price. Okay, and Smart Farm will scale up successfully using the following scalability model. It will employ experienced and qualified staff. It will use effective marketing strategy. It will also provide quality products for customers and deliver them on time. It will use staff development. Okay, there is no business without finance. Okay, the current situation of Smart Farm or the current financial situation is Smart Farm production in poultry side is 200 bahts and the total variable cost is 41,470. Total fixed cost is 6,240 and the sale volume is 189 because of 2 mortality and the price is 300 and the income, that is revenue, is 59,400. Then that gives me a profit of 11,606. And if I win this Kindergula, I would like to increase my production volume to 500 bahts, and that will lead me to a total variable cost of 133.75 with a fixed cost of 28,375, and I will make an income, an estimation of 495 sales volume because assume of 5 mortality, and I would sell them at 325, and I would get an income of 128,750, and the profit will be 32,125. Okay, and when you come to the side of the small ruminant, I start with 5 goat and sheep, and the cost was 60,000. Total, the revenue was 60,000. The cost is 42,500, and I get a net profit of 17,500. And when I come to the gardening, it was just small garden with 8 beds and bananas and pawpaw. The rest are just nurseries, and I incur a cost of total of 22,100 and an income of 40,000 where I get 17,900. And then Smart Farm will like to invest in. It would like to invest in more. I would like to produce more sheep and goats by adding my volume. Like I will have to have 10 sheep and 10 goats to add my in terms of small ruminants. And in the gardening, I would like to scale, expanding to that of apple because I have them. That is what I have.
Okay, that was right on spot. You've exhausted the 4 minutes allocated to you.
Okay, I'm done.
I would like to know, you said at first you were selling at $300 per bird, right?
Yes.
And then as you expand, you're now going to start charging $325. Yes. Why is there an increase in price instead of a reduction in price? What is behind it?
Yes, there is an increase in price due to my total variable cost because feed increases. Like previously, I was buying a bag of 1,400. Now the bag is 1,900 at wholesale, but retail is even 2,100. Then due to that, and then the bags also, the first bag, the bag that I have recently, I bought them at 55 each bag, but now it's 65 each bag. Due to those costs, I have to increase my price to meet. Presently, the price market is even 350, but to motivate customers and penetrate the market, I use 325.
That's fine. We got it here. You have anything?
Ntomo aminata sonkoleti, mbota not bangle, SO village, food processing, nkawaleke. Yeah. Huh?
Continue. Tell us everything about your business, including your sustainability plans, your financial, everything.
Oh, okay. Nga fanya nka food processing neke nka mundada wala mdukulalti nka monol fanang arawlenke dada nka pepper sauce kele tomato jam ani watermelon jam solte. Yeah, na business o kabirinka commencé ning $600 lela. Nga commencé ni wala la so na profit tata kanyam for 400. Bringa wa fero ke empareta I have $1,000. So 600 wonyo wala munna expensive thing o bantuje then the 400 wala munna profit. Yeah.
So That was almost starting, right?
Yeah, well, I'm starting.
So at this moment, ika jelle produce no.
Something coming produce I katale for about 2000, 2005.
So ika will spend pruka production okay.
Ha.
So niyo wa ika revenue jelle so.
Ha ngo wala fa ko say coming spending maybe ninga $1,000 spend pour ka fengol santé. Ngam so katale for 2000, 2005. Na profit ngam so.
So okay, lafta melno before ika profit bondi. Ika revenue jelle so no.
Wala 2005 de.
So wala profit kake jelle.
$1,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am Modi E-Boy from CRR South, Mr. Njoben. I started my business in 2020. Yeah, my business is focused on rice milling machine and computer accessories, where I started in 2020, December. Yeah, because I see most farmers are going in for rice productions, so I take the opportunity to start off my business where I made my own money and buy a rice milling machine for myself. And I was advised to go and register with AG Chambers, which I did. Yeah. From there, I have started my business in my own village, Mr. Njoben. I employed my younger brother to handle the business. And the business is still operating for almost 2 years now. So it's really good, and we at least getting money from the business, which is really helping me and my family.
You said you are getting money from your business.
Yes.
How much are you getting from the business?
Like the profits.
How much are you making in a year?
In a year.
The profit. The entire money you are making in a year.
I don't understand.
How much do you make from the business in a year?
In a year, 50,000.
Pardon?
50,000.
Yes. So and how much do you spend?
To start up the business.
How much do you spend out of that 50,000?
No, the 50 is only talking about the profits.
No, I'm talking about how much you make, not the profit.
Yeah.
Like when you provide the service,
yes,
in general, when you calculate the total amount that comes, without removing the expenditures, the revenue.
Yes.
How much?
It's 270.
270,000.
Yes, it's 270.
And what is your annual expenditure?
Yes. The annual expenditure it was 248.
248.
Yes.
So and the profit is 50,000.
50,000. Yes.
Okay. Then?
And you've been running the business for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Okay. And how do you see yourself in the next, let's say, next 2 years, another 2 years?
Yes, I would like to expand my business in the next 2 years. It will help me to create more employment in my own communities.
Yeah. Can you break down the expansion? How do you intend to expand? In what areas?
Like to start up to build a new milling machine. It will create employment in my own communities. Yeah, that's my target.
Okay, here I'm interested to know how much you invested. What was your initial investment?
The investment was 248.
And that was the cash you invested in the business?
Yes, it was 2 areas, rice milling machine and computer accessories.
And so far, have you paid anything towards that capital?
Paid what?
Anything towards that capital? Any money that have been paid towards the capital you invested?
Yes, yes.
How much?
It was that 50,000 I mentioned.
You've paid the whole 250?
Yes, yes.
So you don't owe anything towards the investment capital?
After paying that amount, I made profit of 50,000, I mean.
Okay, okay.
All right, people, there you go. There you have it for the agriculture category. It's been a very, very, very long day here at the GCCI Trade Fair Grounds in the heart of Bijilo. But before I let the judges go, I just want to ask them a few questions. Judge number 1, how was it so far? Because you were in Soma, and now we are here for the second phase of auditions. How was it for you?
Yes, we've seen quite a lot of improvement from the last time we had them. I'm thinking, or I'm sure some of them must have gone back to do their homework, prepare themselves better, and came up to present their businesses a lot better than before.
All right, then. Thank you so much. I know you are tired. It's still a very long day. I mean, it's a very, very long day here at the GCCI Trade Fair Grounds. Agriculture, wow, 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 wow. But then, hey, they're the ones that we also need. You know, it's a very important category. But judge number 2, what I want to say is, Mr. Kausu, what are you looking forward to for the next phase?
It was a great experience. As I said, we've seen a lot of improvement from the first round, and we expecting to see the same trend in the next level. I believe when they go through some orientations during the camp, that will help them a lot to be able to present their ideas well. And I think it's great. It was a long day, but a very good experience.
It was a very long day, but a great experience. Well, folks, that's all from us from the heart of Bijilo GCCI grounds. Please know that this program is brought to you by the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GCCI, in collaboration with International Labour Organization, the Italian Corporation, and QCell Sunibus. From all of us here, bye-bye.
Produced it.
Jula, yeah.